Hello everyone, this is Take from bigheadtaco.com, and I'm coming to you here from Kowloon City on the coolest block in perhaps the world because of the name. It's called Lion Rock Road. I would live here just so I could tell people that that's where I live. Take, where do you live? I live on this place. It's called Lion Rock Road in Hong Kong. But I did actually shoot a video here 2 years ago with Camera Girl, and I wanted to do kind of a quick street photography, not so much of a how-to, a little bit of a how-to, but one of the things here is you can tell Camera Girl, you can kind of pan left and right, is standing between two parked cars. Now it's a little bit noisy here, we'll have to just put up with that, but standing between two parked cars and then shooting onto the street. So Camera Girl, you just stay there, and I'll just stand back here. But this is probably one of the worst blocks to shoot. Not the worst, but it's not a great block to shoot because it's very noisy. So I'm gonna do my best to speak loud and talk close. But this is gonna be my review of the, well, a lot of it has to do with iPhone photography, but as well the bitplay, the Snap Pro system, as well as the EF18 lens. Now the new iPhone 7 was just announced while I'm here in Hong Kong. I don't know if it takes a different case or not, so I don't know how significant this is, but this lens is significant. I've had friends that bought the Moment system, and they kind of sold it as the best IQ smartphone lens accessory system, and perhaps it might, but there's a couple of things that I didn't like about the Moment system. One of it was the shutter button is via Bluetooth, and this one here is mechanical. So as I've mentioned before, there's an actual mechanical link that presses onto your volume toggle, because the thing is, if the lens is here and the volume toggle is here, see how your finger gets in the way of the lens? So this is a natural place to put a shutter button on the iPhone, but there's no physical button there. So how do you connect? Bluetooth makes sense, but you have to start their own app. With the bitplay system, you turn the phone on, you swipe up, well, you don't have to swipe up, turn it on, and there's the camera icon, you swipe up, and now you're right away ready to shoot. And that's why I like the bitplay system over the Moment or any other one that uses a Bluetooth connection. You can use the built-in camera app by using this bitplay. As well, like the Moment, it is a screw-in type lens system, so there's benefits to it, but as well as disadvantages, meaning you have to buy their case to use their lenses. Now, I don't know if it's just my crazy friends in Vancouver, or if it's an inherent problem with the Moment lens system, but they both cracked their mounts. Because, well, the first one, the first person that bought it, he wasn't turning it in all the way, and when I played with it, I said, no, you're not spinning all the way. I think the threading wasn't done correctly. It was a bit of a manufacturing error, and so I spinned it a little bit more, it kind of slid into place, and so he realized, oh, you have to turn it a little bit more, but then he overturned it over time and it stopped working. And the other person, so both of them are my friends, they both broke the cases and now they can't use their lens. So optically, maybe the Moment lens, their wide lens may be as good as this, but this is my second, so I have two of these bitplay Snap Pro cases, which only works with the iPhone 6 or 6S, and I've had absolutely no problems constantly taking this lens on and off. This lens, the EF18, now I did do an unboxing last year of the Snap Pro system, and I never ended up doing a full review because I was never happy optically with the lenses that they had. Some people like macro photography, some people like the different super wides. I wasn't into playful type photography like that, or macro type. I wanted a serious wide angle with the least amount of distortion, and the standard wide that the bitplay had was just too distorted for me. It was just too, you'll see it in the John Lee. I started using it for a lot of my iPhone shot YouTube videos, because even though photographically it was too distorted, I didn't mind it for video. But if you look at that John Lehman, the X-T2 first impressions video, that's using the old bitplay. And then if you look at my Leica MA, the review that I did, that was done with the EF18, and you can see a huge difference in the correction. This is very well corrected. I'm very happy with the lens. Very sharp in the middle. There is softness to the edge, As well, there's quite a bit of flare. I mean, look at the bulbous nature of this lens. They do give you a metal lens hood. It's not aggressive enough. I think the thing has to be almost this big for it to work. I just avoid direct light. The flare on this is very ugly. It's not beautiful flare, so I wouldn't go out of my way to make it flare up. As well, a little bit of light fall off along the edges. Again, you can fix it in post, but for me, I just kind of crop that out and you're still getting a pretty decent wide angle lens. Now this is called the EF18. I'm assuming it's because it's an 18mm equivalent. I find it's probably closer to 20 or 21, but comparing it, you know, I've been shooting with the Fujifilm, the XF18mm and the 10 to 24 wide, and you know, I almost use this as a test shot because it's a lot easier to just quickly walk around, look at the angles, and I've been posting on my Instagram. So if you go to my Instagram account, I've hashtagged bitplay EF18, and you'll see the kind of images I've been taking with it. Now, they've been mostly vertical because Instagram has become either a square or vertical format, but horizontally you can get great shots and then kind of crop in the top and bottom. But I'm impressed with this lens, other than the three things I mentioned, which is softness on the edge, weird flare, and vignetting along the edge. But this is a huge improvement over the standard wide lens, huge improvement over, I had the Olo clip lens before, and that was nice because you didn't have to use a proprietary case for it. But it's not very great. I think it was probably mostly a plastic optics. This is, I mean, it feels like metal. Maybe there's some molded plastics inside, but it feels mostly glass and metal. It comes with a metal lens cap, very similar to what you get with the Fujifilm X100 or the X70, where it's a metal cap. I'm just trying to find it now. I thought I had it in my pocket, but I don't like it because it hurts when it's in your pocket. I wouldn't have minded a plastic one. Here we go. So this is the metal case. It fits on nicely. Because, I mean, there's always the compromise, right? Because this lens is so well corrected and it's sharp, it's very good optically, it's gonna be this big. And so what I find is when I put it in my pocket, it sticks out of my pocket like this. And so maybe having this cap is nice. That's one of the drawbacks of it. And also when you take the lens off, you have to put a cap. That cap is so easily lost. I just ended up not using it, but then dust could get in the back. So if I can recommend some way of, you know, there's the last optical element is actually about 1 centimeter inside. So there's a big kind of a gaping hole here. I would like for them to actually have a piece of, maybe the last element could be more flush with the mount, so that there's less chance of dust getting in. And if dust does get on that last element there, you can just easily, with a brush or an air blower, get rid of the dust. But the way it is now, it's kind of deep in there, so maybe it's best to just sort of keep it on the camera as much as possible. The case is nice. It's so noisy here. I know it's a bad place to choose to shoot here, but again, Lion Rock. I like the case here because the bottom is open, so you have easy access to all your ports, the lightning port and your headphone jack. But I like this case, even when I don't use this as a camera case. I like it just as the overall case. It does come with multiple grips. This is a standard flush grip, and the reason why I switched to this one is because this is so big and I didn't want another big hump. But the Snap Pro case, it comes with 3 grips. The standard flush comes with the wood grip, and then a plastic grip that has a tripod threading on the bottom, so you can actually mount this onto a tripod, which is great. The buttons feel great as well. You can use this as a shutter release or as well as a volume down toggle. You have access to your mute here, so overall it's a very well protected case, even if you don't use it for photography. I keep it on just kind of all the time. There's 2 different versions so far. There's the blue camo and then the graphite. I kind of like the blue camo, but it's an attractive looking case. Great lens, great combination. I'll be posting lots of pictures on my Instagram as well, embedded into this video, but thumbs up. Thank you so much, BitPlay, for sending this to me right away. It also comes with a case, so that kind of didn't come in on time because this is a pre-production model. So eventually I'll get a production model but I'm sure that the overall finish will be the same. And so thank you so much for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking. Again, coming to you here from Lion Rock Road in Kowloon City. Thank you so much for watching, and happy shooting. Click, click.